Morning or afternoon, Spike,
Sandy.
shadows or trucks. I came across a video this morning of Kenneth Hagin, and wow, it made me think again. It was his near-death experience, and he became born again. How it all happened in 10 minutes. And I want to talk about what came to mind about this. Well, it came to my mind, came to my wife's mind too. When I was in hell, I think the turning point, I know in my heart what the turning point was prayer. Verbalized prayer. Let's get in here.
Why? I just prayed for you.
I was in hell. I won't get into the whole thing. There's different videos on that. I heard her cry out, "God save him. God save him." The arm of God came down and grabbed me by the neck and pulled me out of hell. Listening to Kenneth Hagin's testimony, he said his mother was praying on the porch. His grandmother was with him praying. They were praying so loud the traffic stopped. God hears our prayers. God hears our prayers. They go to heaven. They go to heaven. They make a difference.
Angels carry them to heaven, don't they? This is the prayers of the saints.
Yes.
The angels carry the prayers of the saints. Well, I know I prayed with all my heart when I was praying that. I prayed with all my heart.
And I know another testimony that I was listening to, that another fellow was in heaven. And he saw somebody who prayed for him before he became saved, for his to get salvation. He saw that in heaven. He saw that prayer. That somebody else was praying for him to get saved before he was saved. And he saw that prayer when he went to heaven and saw his life. I know in my heart that prayers matter. And even if they're not asking for things, you're saying praying for people, for their salvation, for their health, to know the Lord. You're not praying to get a new car. You're not praying for a boat. You're not praying for wants. Wants and needs are a different thing. And God knows the difference. And I believe when your prayer is heartfelt, it's from your soul, it's from your spirit, that when you cry out to God, He hears that. He hears that. And I know that for a fact because I would still be in hell if she hadn't cried out. If you hadn't cried out, God save him. You were so full of love and earnest that I was in hell and could still hear you say that.
Oh, I was stomping around. I was beside myself.
And it's just so important that we know that our prayers make a difference.
I need God to hear me, yes.
Yes. Even if you don't think He's hearing your prayers, the prayers are there. And it's maybe not time. There's reasons. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt. You finish what you're doing.
No, go ahead.
Yesterday he was...
Oh, yeah.
Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. But anyway, it was either yesterday.
Saturday. Whatever Saturday was.
Okay, well, Saturday. He went to get a couple boards at the lumberyard to finish the ramp. And...
This is like 9:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning. And I was doing a chore that was long. It was a long, arduous chore. I was sorting the cupboard, whatever. And anyway, it took a long time to sort this room. And anyway, an hour went by and he wasn't back. And I'm like, how busy is it at the lumberyard? So I messaged him and asked if he was okay, because he got bit by a tick and got Lyme a couple of days before that. And anyway, but he's all better now. But anyway, so I asked him if he was all right, and he didn't answer. And I thought, well, his hearing isn't great, so I'll do it on Facebook, because he'll hear the bings on that in his phone. So I did it on Facebook. Still no answer. It got to be almost noontime. And I was ready to either walk to town to the lumberyard to see if I could find him, or I was going to call a friend of ours where I thought he might be. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna go. And I thought, no, I'm supposed to rely on God. I'm supposed to have faith in God. We're supposed to do all these wonderful things. So he can't be, in an ambulance or in the hospital or something. He can't be bad. He can't be sick. Because we're supposed to do all these things. And anyway, so I prayed and I said, God, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to walk to town. I'm not going to call anybody. I leave it up to you, and he'll show up. 2 minutes later, he drove in the driveway.
Okay, I can tell my side of it.
Yeah.
So I went to the lumberyard to get a couple more 2x6s to finish the deck part there, the handicap ramp. And it was a little busy, but it didn't take that long. So I got my lumber and I got out. And as I was coming towards home, I have a friend that was in the hospital. He's been in there for almost 3 weeks. And they were talked about they were going to shift hospitals. I said, well, I'm out. I'm in the car. I'm going to slip past our house. It's only a mile up the road. I'm going to go in and ask his wife how he's doing. And I just jumped out of the car and I figured okay, I want to know where he is. So I left the phone in the car. So I went in. And I said, how is he? He said, he's right there in the living room. And I was amazed because I thought they were switching hospitals this week. So I went in and I ended up spending, almost noon. Praying and talking with them and sharing some stuff with them. And it was so wonderful that he was home and, we needed encouragement and stuff, these issues. And all of a sudden, I had pulled up a rocking chair to talk to him, and all of a sudden, oh my, I got to go home. That's how it hit me. So I shoved the chair over and I said, I got to go. Okay, and then it's strange because I had to go right away. I don't know why. And I thought, and when I got to the car, I said, I should have let her know where I was. So I boogied home, wasn't far, and that's how it collided. Her prayer and me having to come home.
He's only 2 minutes from me.
Yeah. I mean, that is... and I'm sorry, I do apologize that I should have called her. So yesterday...
Oh, yes, yesterday you were a good boy.
Somebody called me and said, can you come help me? So I went and I messaged you right away. I'm off to see another friend. I'll be back.
So I gave a thumbs up and a heart,
I'm learning. It's...
Let your spouse know where you are.
Because you never know what it's going to take. It could be a 2-minute prayer. It could be an hour conversation to soothe people. Sometimes we're there just to be a friend,
Yeah.
So this has been a long video from what I was talking about.
50 seconds, but anyway.
We love you guys.
He listens.
Yes.
I said, I will leave it to you, Lord. And I left it to him. And I went about my business and just, I had the feeling that he would look after it. No matter what the answer was, he was looking after it. I couldn't stress over it. Stressing makes gray hair. Stressing doesn't change. There's a verse for that.
A hair on your head.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a verse for that.
Yeah.
And we need to work on our verses a lot. And I don't know, did I finish the Kenneth Hagin thing? I think I did. That he went to hell 3 times.
Yes.
And I believe the prayers. Yes. I think a voice came in tongues the first time. And the demon scattered away from him, and he didn't drag him into hell.
Yeah.
And I think the 3rd time, it was a voice of God in English.
Yeah, and a magnet pulled him backwards.
Yes, he floated backwards right up into his. That's the last one, and pulled him back into his bed.
Yeah.
And and I believe it had a lot to do with the prayers.
Well, of course it did.
The prayers that his mother and his grandmother were doing at the time. They were praying so loudly. As he said he stopped the traffic. That's how loud they were praying.
Yeah. Traffic on all... They were on a corner or something, and the traffic in both directions stopped.
Yeah. And I was watching the Kenneth Hagin, it's called The Reenactment, if you want to watch that video. I thought it was wonderful. It touched me because I've been through that near-death experience. And I understand what a prayer, how strong a prayer is important. Thank you for that, guys. Yes. Remember to pray.
Yes. God bless you.